might allow that since GG just doesn't really prioritize it as highly.
And here comes the battleground. It's Infernal Shrine, then Dragonshire banned again. So a little bit surprisingly, and game number 1 is going to be on Battlefield of Eternity. And as you guys saw from the highlight, the only Chen ever played in HGC Korea was from GG. And you guys saw what happened in the highlight.
Hey,
you picked Chen.
He was drunk, okay? He was trying to drink the brew. He was trying to get out there. He's like, what are you doing in the top lane? He's like, man, he's like, you guys want to get another round with me?
I just want to chill here, but like you guys are... Well, that's going to be Battlefield of Eternity. We're going to see Vala banned out from the beginning. Very, very likely.
Chen's the top lane. He's like, I love you guys. Yeah, I would agree. Li Ming is going to go very highly on this map. We've seen her rocket up to first pick status actually here. A lot of the teams, including Miracle. So, you know, anything could happen. We could even see the Zeratul Jaina combo, which we've talked about quite a bit in this tournament already. We've seen limited success with it so far, but it's been used very often.
With that Wombo combo was also in the highlights, as you guys saw, with Void Prison, Mosh Pit, and Ring of Frost used by MVP Miracle, I believe.
Wombo combo.
Yep, Wombo combo. And GG, there are some ways to go around this draft. You have to basically have to see what the opponent team is going to use by just seeing the first 2 picks and try to guess what they're trying to make here. And then that's also a way to just taking away the picks is a way, or building your own seems like the better choice at the moment.
Sure. Well, GD has given a lot of thought to this, which is a little bit worrisome. It's their map choice. They can tactically use all the time, but I'm never really impressed when somebody does.
It's really hard against MVP Black, whose hero pool is really just way too big. And Vala and also Tassadar ban, I think they're one, which is a good pick, which is a good ban. Just taking out Tassadar also bans out Tracer, and also like Sergeant Hammer.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Tracer on this map too, specifically. So you really eliminate kind of all the common picks here with this, which is almost like a throwaway ban. It means that if Black prioritizes Li Ming, which I was talking about earlier, and they do, GG has options. And one of those options could just simply be to go into the Varian Malfurion rotation here, as Ragnaros isn't really highly prioritized on this map like the others. They take Zeratul. Now, this is something we talked about this already. Definitely go High Templar skin, by the way. It's the best one. We talked about this already. Zeratul very powerful on this map to dive into the backline, disrupt, to invade. When you lead into the race, obviously it's tough to win against a Li Ming, so they need something that's going to come into the backlines, poke, harass Li Ming. We've talked about how good Zeratul, or rather how good good is on Zeratul. It's always a tough thing to say as a commentator, but I like this choice a lot. I think Black needs to be thinking about Varian now, because Varian can be a really nice way to stop that Zeratul harassment. Just taunt him, grab onto him.
Yep, Varian Ragnaros will be the combo they can actually bring up. And also with Li Ming, they can go towards more of a siege combo with Sergeant Hammer, I was going to say. But ETC is a little bit more surprising when there is still Varian open in the field.
They can still take both, as they've locked all the damage away. And now Good Game is in a weird spot. Like, what is almost 100% going to happen in MVP Black's second ban phase is a Tychus ban. And this will leave GG with a lot of ability power in terms of what they could pick. Like, Falstad is still open. It could be AD Falstad. And there's going to be Gul'dan and some specialist heroes like Nazeebo, which we've seen actually on this map once before, or Jaina. Ooh, they're looking at, that was like, this is an easy Tychus lock-in, right? They're looking at the Falstad and the Grey Mane for sure too, but
You're saying we have all these options, but we're just choosing one instead. But Zarya is still open also, and more towards MVP Black, I would say, because they already have Sergeant Hammer and ETC. Unless GG decides to take it on their next rotation.
But they do lock in the Tychus ban. Now in terms of damage, we just talked about all of them, and MVP Black just scrolled through them. And now it's up to GD to choose 2 of the options here, or just one. We could just do solo damage. It's not easy though to win a race. I mean, it's basically impossible for them to win a race now. They just will not do it. They're going to have to invade, kill heroes, then turn back around to kill their immortal, which is a big challenge.
Okay, if I go a little bit too far against the Sergeant Hammer, Chromie is an okay pick. Also, just to poke out on Sergeant Hammer's comfort zone where she is sieging, and if you just Chromie WQ on that exact spot, you will hit that very easily, and Hammer will be forced out of that comfort position.
I mean, that's definitely a good point. I mean, you could make the same similar point about like Kale Thoss can actually poke at the hammer, knock these the hammer to the sky. Those are the CCs. Got Zeratul comes in for the finishing blow. These are non-meta picks that could be chosen here, considering that the DPS is so unlocked right now. But they're going to go both of the 2 of the 3, as I was saying earlier.
The one is banned, so they have to take the other 2, yes.
And Karzim gets picked immediately.
And very surprising, Zarya is still open, and ETC has that Rockstar to just boost on the attack speed of everyone else, including himself.
They could still take Zarya here, though. I mean, it's not out of the question. It's definitely a possibility.
Or even Variant late into the draft, which is very unlikely today.
I'm looking at, for me, also Sylvanas is a huge pickup here for how much they already have for pushing power. Like Hammer plus Sylvanas, and you win the poke war, you win that immortal. The immortal gets so much stronger with Sylvanas plus Hammer. It's crazy. They're going to go Tyrael for safety, which I think is not really a bad choice because Zeratul plus Greymane, the dive there. Falstad could even try to just simply Mage Falstad here because he's not going to win the race. It's pretty unlikely. So just Mage Falstad and blow everybody up. They could try to win the race with Greymane as well. Like Greymane and AD Falstad together could try to potentially race Black and force Black to invade. But I think when you've got Hammer and Li Ming, Black almost always wins the phase.
I think this is the choice that GG has to make. Their tank. Li Ming is on the other side. And Karazim is also there to support and damage at the same time. Sergeant Hammer will just do auto attacks from far away. What would be the best tank, so to say, to fit into this puzzle? I think there's not like one answer to it right now.
I think they're looking at either the Johanna or the Muradin. Leoric is like maybe, and Anub'arak is a possibility, but I'm really leaning towards a Muradin. Going to be Varian. We forgot about him since he made it this far in the draft. He's never last pick, but they have that extra lockdown. It could get them some kills onto a bit of an aggressive Tist on the ETC, or potentially a Karazim is being aggressive. So it's not a bad pick. Like, he's top-tier warrior normally. Doesn't make it to the end of the draft. I think it's going to be a tall order for GG to win the Immortal race. They're going to need to get picks in order to make it happen. MVP Black's got the poke in the Sergeant Hammer and the Li Ming. Pretty solid draft from both teams as we go into game number 1 on Battlefield of Eternity here at HGC Korea. I'm Wolf. With me is G-Clep. We'll see you guys in game. In blue, MVP Black, Sake on Sergeant Hammer, Reset on Li Ming, Tist on ETC, Kyocha on Tyrael, and Meride on Karzim.
In red, GG, BDG playing on Falstad, Jaehyun on Malfurion, Good on Zeratul, Hooligan on Variant, Uj on Greymane.
Okie dokie. Force Armor coming out here for Li Ming, a must pick against Zeratul. Very meta in general right now, but an absolute must to keep yourself alive against Zeratul. You get that armor. If you can time it just right, sometimes you get the spell armor against the cleave. Now this is the pushing power. We were talking about the poking power. Good Game immediately responds with their own level 1 push, and they predicted this correctly. They're going to be able to send Falsa down. The global is going to help them get a little bit of extra soak while doing a little bit of damage beforehand even. And this is a trade that goes in favor of GG. Tist is baiting hard.
Yep. But at the moment, with Sake on Sergeant Hammer, I think he's going to keep on pushing, which is exactly what GG is also going to do. Kyocha's just trying to delay any second on top.
Yep, the pushing power here with Sergeant Hammer is really strong, and Kyocha has the shielding to keep his minions alive. But Falstad has decent wave clear, and it started off better for GG. I think at the end, it's going to be really even. Like, I think it's basically almost dead even. No one's going to be able to get a pick here. In fact, GG cannot stick around this aggressively under turret. That was scary there.
And now they're forced back when Black is still pushing the bottom fort. They actually got the fort already.
Yeah.
This would make some considerable differences at the end. And Parasite rises into Greymane. Uje very low. Gets taken out. Very nicely well done by Reset, and that combination was near perfection.
Yep. No vision of Tis there. Just a risky positioning from GG. Get punished. Like you said, you have to consider that fort. I mean, that's making up about 30% of why MVP Black is ahead in EXP right now. Now ahead in talent tiers and have the extra scaling. And they're already on top of this Immortal. And look at how little GG is able to pressure them. With Greymane just returning right now, they're going to be able to try. But Varian is dead. He's not that tanky right now, not before 10. Looking for the pick on Akosha. Doesn't have any mana, but there's just no way. There's too much peel from Tist. And this is going to be very likely a full health Immortal with all the Leaping Poke, all that Sergeant Hammer sieging. GG has already just given up the point. They're going to try to get as many shields as they can. Tist is like, well, I'll just get a 3-man stun to get you even less shield damage done. This is a strong start for MVP Black.
Yep, and even having Karazim with Iron Fist level 1 just does a lot of damage, not just healing. So much mobility with that talent even chosen from Meriday. And also, one of the things that Swoi was saying when I was talking to him is the reason why Hyde has been famous on Karazim, but the reason why Swoi actually picked Karazim a few times, which he doesn't really prefer to, is because Meriday plays Karazim. He has mad respect for Meriday, so that's one of the reasons why higher tier teams are picking Karazim at the moment.
Oh boy, Good gets stunned by the Immortal and will go down here. He might have gone down regardless, but that was just adding insult to injury there.
And
this fort is actually
also pushing bot.
Yeah, this fort is going to give them 7 with the split soak you just described. Oh, Meriday gets rooted though. That is going to be a kill for a good game. A consolation prize for the damage done. Free soak because Good died. Well, what's Sake have to worry about? He doesn't have to worry about anything. They have full vision of 4. He gets extra soak, and they, with the sieging power of Sergeant Hammer, get the top fort. And this is, I mean, if Meriday had lived, this would be a beautiful situation. It's still, like, really pretty, okay?
Yep. GG really has to catch up right now, especially they're down a full level when they have to be up on level having that Falstad before. Really not using that Falstad until now, and then as we speak, Falstad goes right below and soaks up the EXP. This is their time to catch up on EXP, because when they're low, MVP Black is going to make the first move to take that advantage against GG for sure.
They know he flew down. They're going to invade, and here's the dash in. They're going to go for the steal here. Good is dead already. Reset with the resets, no pun intended. 2 deaths, and they steal the Shaman Cap. And suddenly, this keep wall is under pressure with a Shaman Cap, where those Tiger dudes keep getting respawn. Sake is pushing down here. Look at how aggressively he's pushing, because he can, because Good's dead again. Varian's dead. Not even doesn't have taunt yet, but I mean, I'm just saying. And this keep wall is going to go down at 5 minutes.
And with this, I think we're seeing the old MVP super aggressive. Like, that was when they had Sylvanas. Right now, they don't even have Sylvanas. And Hooligan decides to charge right in. Good takes a lot of damage and just blinks out of there.
Now, Blue Jay actually nearly going down as well. All throughout this time, Kyocha soaking bot. Also starting to put some pressure on that bot keep wall.
This may actually be a very short game, under 10 minutes, as that's the usual timer for MVP Black on this map.
Yeah, well, they're changing that today. At least that's their plan here in game number 1. 9-7 in levels here. And they're going to invade. They're going to get 10 if they get a few kills here. Look at this stun here. Perfect angle from Tist. Tist has gone from a top-tier tank player in Elite to near godlike status. Like, he can now really, it's no longer clear who's the best tank player. Like, you look at Sign, you look at Noblesse, and Tist, you have to just put him on that same tier. Like, before he was A tier, now he's S. He's S like everybody else. I mean, he has just really turned it up this season. I think he's one of the main reasons, along with Meriday, upgrading his play. to why MVP Black has had such great success in this first split.
It fits right into MVP Black's, as they are missing Sign right now, and the Sign went to Tempest. MVP Black's, their rosters really making it near perfection, and they're against GG, one of the easier opponents in the league, but also they're putting it out there and they're having a comfortable time at the moment.
Look, Black always goes try hard, if that makes sense. Like Black, if Black played a game against me, you, like King, and like 2 of the producers in the back room, they would play like this, okay? Like they just take every game insanely seriously. They want the 3-0. They want those points.
That's also a reason.
Yeah, of course. They would need to do that well to beat us. But look at this, double 10. They've got some serious sieging power, quite literally, with Sake. So like, Sake probably regrets sieging up here. He's like, oh, I only got to shoot like 4 times here. And now he's going to siege up a range of this keep. Still some shields left on this Immortal. Now going to go into melee range. The keep is already dead before he can even get the first swing off in melee. And this could be a push for core, as GG does not have 10.
Yep, and that's Disintegrate just to get some damage on. And I was looking for Falstad Flight, just to see the gust going over. They're not even 10 yet. Yeah. They're gonna lose the game right now. MVP Black making this crazy push. Sanka's pop looks like game is going to be over. Going to MVP Black. GG has no chance of stopping this.
Triple man Maj, just because. Why not? Tist gonna have some. There's a ceremony there in the in the end. MVP Black is just out of their minds. They don't even look interested. The Reset cracks a smile. And